So Zelensky is targeting Russian Orthodox churches, and all I can think is, yeah, it's because if you just simply learn how to read, you can read that pretty much every time a Western nation has conquered someone. In fact, the West was invented through people from the Middle East coming up and colonizing it with Christianity. Um, that the government almost always had to work with the religious leaders when invading and conquering other areas. You know, the kings, when there was kings, and there is kings now. You worship them. It's the same bloodline. It's the bloodline of the people who invented every religion that the humans are allowed to worship, or you get killed, executed, whatever. If you try to invent your own religion or anti-religion, every religion and anti-religion is their people, including the Russians. That Catholicism is no different than Christianity. It's all Abrahamic. Satanism and scientists is Carl Sagan and Anton LaVey. So it's all the same bloodline there. It's the original Nazi supremacism of the world. And that's why Hitler and Zelensky both look related, and Zelensky brags he is related to Anton LaVey, Jesus, and Carl Sagan, and all that. And so I think it's cute because, you've got one person who's like, I don't know. I don't know what to think of Russia because clearly they executed some of the Zelenskys, but they haven't, actually executed an actual Zelensky yet. And I'm afraid that they're going to not, they're advertising them 24/7. You know, when you see a snake, it's pretty easy to identify as a snake, how it slithers and it's slimy. And it does nothing of value except for hiss and nothing, absolutely nothing. It does snake worship and shit like that. So, yeah, hey, when the war comes to USA, the main target should be Google and SpaceX, Hollywood, and you know what? The hospitals have their Abrahamic gang signs all over them. The churches do too. These are demons, okay? These are demons on this planet. They're lying, they're hiding, they're cowards. They're not fucking being honest. Anything with their symbols on it. They're purposely doing this. This is how the Mason people work. Masons, whatever you want to call them. They put their symbol on their shit. And that symbol is everywhere. In my city, you have Jeffrey Epstein's symbol everywhere. In my nation, you have all these pedophiles. They're all mutilating their 5,000 children a day. They sacrifice these people openly. The entire society does. So who am I even talk to? There's going to be no one on our side. But I'm kind of just saying that if when Russia, China, Iran, South America, Africa, the entire world finally reaches USA, and, gets the other little tidbits of shit out of the way, then if they're not targeting those places, they're not actually, doing their thing. And it's interesting that Russia is crying about the church thing. You can just read the fucking history, what they've been doing, and you can easily see, you're not allowed to have a fucking thought at all in this world unless you bow down to one of their groups and shit. And you need to just talk to one of the retards you know, your mother, your brother, your sister. Look in the mirror and say what you fucking know. And I bet you'll fucking see a retard who only talks about and knows anything about them. People are so in love with them. That's all they do. It's like, if you can't fucking get rid of the Nazi supremacists, there's no point to being existing. In fact, the enemy becomes the human who fucking protects them and forces you to live amongst them. Has forced you in the world to do it, and they act like shit too. It's not like they're even better people. It's just, hey, you got to destroy this place from the top down. You can't be a little pansy like everyone else and go after some small time crackhead. It's not the crackhead's fault, scumbag. It exists, okay? There's people above it who should have issued orders a long time ago that their parents shouldn't be allowed to fucking exist or breed. But they purposely breed people like that, and they purposely want people like that to exist. Because only dumb people can be slaves and servants. Only fucking cowards can be slaves and servants. Anyone with balls would have started fucking taking out some of these scumbags. But instead, they're pedophiles. I mean, that's the good thing about their pedophile people is, literally, they're removing people's balls. That's what people in my nation do. That's why they're getting invaded by Russia, because they had their balls. They went and got their balls chopped off. They want to bend over and have Putin fucking rape them and shit. Literally, like, you can't even make that up. They love it. But I think they've always fucking loved that. They're from that point of view where they want to act domineering, and because that's like used to be a trend or some shit. I don't know. You know how it is. There's bitches out there like they run their mouth and they fucking push everyone around, but what they really want is fucking throw them to the fucking floor and taking over and shit. Fucking experience that for sure. Behind closed doors, they want choked the fuck out and shit. And it's like, can we not do that? I don't want the police to come and be like, oh, why did she die from that? But that's so parallel to what's going on. Like, I don't want anyone coming around and be like, why did Zuckerberg die from that? It's like he wanted choked out. He was asking for it. He was like, please, baby, choke me. Oh my God. But yeah, I don't know what to think about that. It's like, fuck it, dude. You're advertising these people 24/7 and you're like, openly. It's like the game is like just marking, like slashing X's in everyone's head, like the 2020 stuff. Like these mental retarded people just all put on a mask. We're like, if you're a Nazi, raise your hand and say I am. And they're like, I'm not a Nazi. And they're like, if you believe the government's great and you'll kill anyone for them, put on a mask. And they're like, the government is great. I put on the mask. Put on the mask. It's like, okay, retard, the word game. You failed the word game, motherfucker. You failed it. But it also showed something else that, like, literally, they don't have thoughts. You can just be like, Jedi mind wave and be like, hey, go jump off the cliff. The odd thing is like, the game doesn't actually allow that command, so the game has, like, this forced storyline here we have to play through. And that's easy to identify. The games force them. Like, they claim they brag, right? Or they're like, and it's highly possible they identify themselves. They put their little gang signs on everything. When all the females in your nation wear the word pink from Jeffrey Epstein's people on their ass, literally, it's written on their ass. You can tell it's a whore. Okay, like literally, like, the only thing that word could even mean is a JJ, and they're just like, it's like pink. Is it supposed to be brown? Like, that would be kind of sick. It's sometimes brown or yellow. I would guess. Fucking, ew. Let's not get into that. But yeah, yeah. They just label it. They put their gang sign. I'm even wearing a shirt right now with one like gang signs on it because it's like a cool band. Like, yeah, I've got the other gang signs I try not to wear. Like, I try not to wear the shirt because the gang sign's on it. But it's like everywhere. Fucking, the gang signs are everywhere. And I don't know what the fucking thing. But if we're gonna have a war, let's have a fucking war against what's actually going on and on. That's pansy shit. Fucking these humans fucking bow down to their mask and their fucking crosses and pentagrams and atheist science symbols and symbols of hope. That's what they call it, the symbol of hope. I guess Zelensky, the good guy, the West guy, has figured out something about the symbols of hope. Oh, yeah. Maybe Russia figured out something about the symbols of hope and is using them like the same way they use them to conquer people and destroy their minds and mutilate their children, sacrificing their fucking children and shit. 5,000 a day to fucking, what, 6 billion, 1 billion people in the USA alone, dude. Fucking openly. You can't figure that. Boy, that's bad math. I sacrifice 5,000 children a day, but I could be a good person. I don't. Maybe, I mean, hey, there's crackheads out here I really fucking think should be fucking beheaded fucking long before pedophiles. I'm getting to that point where I'm realizing, like, you know, people who sacrifice children aren't as bad as some other people. Like Zelensky. I mean, is he sacrificing children or Google's on it? Do we have any proof Google and Mark Zuckerberg are sacrificing children or Bill Gates? No, Bill Gates is dating like transsexual alien, a shape-shifting species, right? Like they're uglier than children, so they're probably sexier to them and stuff. And children aren't ugly enough to be sexy to the shapeshifter demon species, apparently. Fucking. So they date each other eventually. Yeah, I don't know about that. Well, they probably got a fucking room full of them, but who cares? Like, you know, like priorities in low time. Crackheads are just like people who are gonna like tanks are just gonna roll over and shit. Running around screaming, and pedophiles probably won't even leave their house and shit. I mean, like, they're not going to leave the hospital already. I mean, the whole point there, I think the whole point there, Christian, of any sort of religious cult, and they've got, you know, their science religions now and all this shit. I think the whole point of that in their hospitals is going to be the same thing it always has been. And I think Zelensky and Russia right now are proving that that's actually happening. That these are pedophile fucking terrorist hangouts. Dope dealing pedophile motherfuckers with a bunch of fucking dope head fucking people who fucking hospitals protected and helped breed retardation into fucking, like, literally, like, they're helping retards breed and teaching them that pedophilia is great from day one. Fucking, you can't get more fucking Zuckerberg, Netanyahu, Bill Gates than that. Fucking encouraging retards to breed and training them to worship their pedophilia cults at the same time, and they do it to I mean, but it's a game, right? Like, we can't blame the low IQ retards and shit, because, I mean, literally, I can summon them. They're not fucking real, are they? Fucking, it's a plot line going on the planet. Fucking, I can summon the aliens too, so let's assume. I mean, just like, I mean, they think they created music I requested and shit like that. Come on, they're not real either. So it's part of the plot line. There's no way in hell a living being would come to this shitty fucking planet and be a pedophile on their own fucking will, unless there was something else there. And I think this is easy that the evil demon terrorists have symbols. And they say it's because they have to brag about who they are. But I say it's because they were designed that way and they have no fucking thoughts of their own. So they put their fucking symbols on everything. And that means it's a terrorist base. But really, in all actuality, I think SpaceX, uh, Elon Musk stuff, Tesla stuff, you get rid of all that once things pop off these Google devices. You're gonna have to get rid of that because it's their stuff, okay? And although they're gonna lose their power, literally their power, they're gonna lose their power to fucking watch and track anyone. But the most important of us still fucking like me, like they delete shit off my devices when I record sometimes. So they're cowards, they're bitches, they're scared, but they can't do shit. I can sit here and kill myself and I'm still alive and stuff. And help them poison me, like catching them poison me and fucking forced to be alive still. They can't do shit. I mean, they do a lot of shit, don't they? And someone's gonna have to pay for that. A real living being is gonna have to pay for this shit that they're allowed to fucking do. They're gonna just have to be erased and shit. But yeah, be on the lookout for the gang symbols. We gotta get rid of them. Like I don't own much clothing right now, so I have a gang. They're gang symbols. It's hard to find jewelry that's not them, but I got a whole fucking list of stuff that it's not them. And I try not to. I don't wear any of the stuff that is them anymore, except for the shirt. Fighting bad. Anyways, fuck it. It's hard. Like, I mean, there's probably a fucking gang symbol somewhere on the fucking art on my wall and shit. Fucking usually cemeteries. Yeah, there we go. Over there is the gang symbol. So their gang symbols are everywhere. Looks like Zelensky is going against his own gang by doing that. But you can't talk about that. Once someone turns the tables, if that's what Russia's doing, and starts using your fables and your gang signs against you, what are you gonna do? Like, I could easily just manipulate motherfuckers and act like I'm working with the evil demon terrorist, but I don't want to end up like him raping children and manipulating people. Like, I'm still like, going to encourage that I get killed after they all die, just in case I'm part of them. But yeah, because anyone who looks anything like them probably has to go. Other than that, it's like if you have roaches in your house, you don't like see little roaches crawling. You're like, that might not be a roach. Don't kill it. You probably do. Most men in the USA are probably married to another man who does stuff like that. So don't do that. You could be a good person. Yeah, just like Zelensky thinks the Russian churches are good people, and he's actually exposing his people too. Yeah, that's what it's been a long time. Just read about war. You've never done that. Learn how to read and read about war in Europe. And they always had to have the churches fight on their side for reasons spy agencies